Oh my goodness. Oh, my back cracking. Sound like some kind of old man. What kind of old man goes on a camera wearing nothing but a wife beater? Dang it. Is my video on? Is anybody watching? How's it going, everybody? I'm Steven. I'm not leaving Las Vegas, and I might just be the best damn ventriloquist, or I'm talking through this mask. You'll never know. Let's just say, Terry Fader, you ain't got nothing on me. Anyways, how you guys doing out there? I'm Steven. I'm live. I'll let this guy know this because it's really late for me. We had a bit of a conundrum, a bit of a headache, a bit of a problem. You go to vegasfacemask.com if you guys want to pick up the face masks. They go around the back of your head. I don't even know if we have this anymore, but we have lots of cool patterns. You guys might want to check it out. Anyhow, commercials aside, Raiders are a mess, aren't they? Holy cow, what a you-know-what show. Apparently they canceled the preseason because, I personally would love to watch people get injured in the first game if it's not preseason. Because what happens in the preseason? Oh, I snapped a tendon. Oh, I destroyed my hand. Oh, I got another concussion. I think guys are out, so I guess there's that. But who the heck is going to watch that you-know-what show? It's just a giant thing that I want to be able to unhook from politics for a little while. On a Sunday or a Thursday or a Monday. Do they have football every night? Should they have football every night? And actually today, a good friend of mine who will go unnamed, I know several people who know so much about football. They could have arguments about the Hall of Famers, and they could name the top 20 wide receivers of all time by stats. They're that good. And anyways, one of my friends said, I'm not watching the NFL this year. Pff, mind blown. Are you watching the NFL this year? Do you have any interest? Did you ever have interest? Who's here? I've got a whole new crowd tonight because it is 10:30 here. 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6:30 in the morning if you're in the United Kingdom and you're having teas and crumpets. And him, the queen is calling, Charles, get my carriage and pull it around, Charles. Suzanne is here. Suzanne is from Australia, so she has the queen on her Monday, and like Canadians, she doesn't know why. She probably does. She's a smart lady. Margarita's here. Anthony is here. Jermaine is here. Dan is here. Todd is here. Jerry's here. Wow, Jerry, it's late in Lawton, Oklahoma. Henry Xavier, are you related to the magician? There's an Xavier Mortimer. Late start, Tamara says yes. Hi, Stephen from Monterrey, Mexico. Jennifer's here. Kid Dakota is here. That's the kid from the Dakotas. Which of the south or north? 1:30 a.m. on the East Coast. I know. Mr. Uber's here. Detroit's here. Good evening's here. That's Brad. Douglas is here. Allison, Romulan, Douglas, Jennifer, 808. Wow, man, look, all the people are here. We're going to have a light chat stream tonight, guys. Diet Sprite is the essence of all life. Makes up 0% of your body. That's a stat. That's a fact. And I'm drinking Diet Sprite. We had quite the day in Las Vegas. And I did a video this morning where I'm trying to pivot. I'm trying to get to the positive side of things, and people are like, just a week ago, you said that it was closed. No, I gave you an example. I gave you an example of what would happen if everything closed and how it would have a domino effect. Now I'm giving you an example of how we could have a domino effect if some of these conventions come back to town. Wall Street Warlord is here. David Crossley is here. Insane Prophet is here. Just in from Georgia. Is that your name, Justin? Todd Benson, you gotta love some Sprite Zero. One time I went to the Jack in the Box, and I was looking at the menu board, and I said, gosh, do you have anything that's like not sugar or caffeine on the soda fountain? And he goes, we have Diet Coke. And I'm like, that's got caffeine. And then I said, oh, wait, you guys have one of those things that pours 100 different drinks. Do you have Diet Sprite? And he said, no. And I said, oh, man, nuts, because I'm old. I'm 39 years old. I'll be 40 in, good Lord, less than half a year. And then he said, and then I said, I guess diet, just forget the drink. I don't even want the drink. It's too late for caffeine. And then a few minutes later, what he says to me? He says, well, we got Sprite Zero. And I said, that's Diet Sprite, and I'll take one of those. And that was what that is. Hello, Stephen. I have not been to Vegas in a while. Melanie has not been here in a while. Johnny says, nice shirt. This is an extinct company called Nutrition Rush. They are no longer in business anymore. They were a horrible, horrible company. We got Allegiant Stadium behind us, by the way. Just an homage to the Raiders. That place is going to be empty for most of the season, but doesn't matter. Were you watching the NFL this year? I don't know what to tell you. Wait till you look back at 40. I'm trying to look back at 20, saying, what have I done with my life? What's the hotel tax per stay? Wow, my cats are going nuts because here's what's going on, by the way. I got Princess over by the air conditioner and a Blackjack. And what's happening here is that there's light and the moths try to get in and they bang up against the window. I thought it was an intruder, but trust me, it's not. I have security systems in place in the house. And they go nuts when I'm doing my live stream. The big Roomba, I like the way it looks, David. I know it looks like a Roomba. Baseball starts tomorrow, but not in Canada because it's banned in Canada. They decided to ban all the baseball because they couldn't come up with a cohesive plan to keep people safe, apparently. Romulan Travel's a hockey fan. I have a feeling many people will be hockey fans because hockey is very apolitical. They have had some scandals and some problems with racism. One guy in Chicago got banned from the United Center for Life in Chicago for saying the N-word, which is crazy. He can't go to anything at the United Center ever again. Martin Alvarez opening us up. Morty McFly, wubba dubba dub dub. Or is it Yabba Dabba Doo? Yabba Dabba Doo. I guess that's probably an homage to Yabba Dabba Doo from Rick and Morty. Thank you so much. So they actually, the NHL and the Chicago Blackhawks banned a man for life from all hockey games and all events at the United Center. So if, Mike Tyson did a comeback fight against Santa Claus, you wouldn't be able, why would that fight even happen? You wouldn't actually be able to go to that if you're that guy because he said a bunch of nasty stuff to an African-American player, which is rightly so. And that's how they deal with people in the NHL. In the NFL, a lot of people are going to want to just disconnect their brains and watch football, and it's just not going to be the same. I imagine, the big fanfare, they're like, welcome to Allegiant Stadium. We have a packed house of 24. Those are the players on the field, and nobody is watching, and it's so sad. We don't watch sports anymore, Miss Red Herring says. My God. Todd says we need sports back. I have people on the other side be like, sports is dumb. Forget sports. I mean, at this point, you do need distractions in your life. That's why a place like Las Vegas exists. But where some people were saying sports will save Las Vegas, now we just have people saying sports are not important. And especially if you're a Raiders fan, you must be upset. You were making the pilgrimage down to the new Roomba Stadium. They should have called it Las Vegas Stadium or Raiders Stadium. And they could have said Allegiant Field at Raiders Stadium, but they called it Allegiant Stadium. Now Allegiant might go out of business, I've heard. Politics is ruining sports. I heard a good interview with a guy today. He was a black guy, and he explained how a lot of these people are using these players. I don't know if it's true or not. You tell me in the comments below. Okay, sewing machine. Yeah, so the sewing machine situation was dire. I was coming home, and I found out that Best Buy is open. Did you know that Best Buy's clandestinely opened up? Well, not really, because they put out a press release, but last time I went to a Best Buy for memory RAM, random access memory for my computer, I did those curbside pickup. I didn't know I could go into the store. I love going into Best Buy and looking at stuff, And Kool-Aid drinkers, I don't know about that, Martin D., but play nice in the chats. We can talk about our politics, but I don't want to see people get personally insulting towards one another, or else the mods will hammer down. So here's the thing. Best Buy's open, so I go to Best Buy. Wife calls me. Problem with the sewing machine. Oh my gosh. Hey, good night, Romulan Tramble. Thank you so much. And so I looked online. Walmart sold out of sewing machines in the whole city. Target, no sewing machines. Michael's, no sewing machines. Joann Fabrics, no sewing machines unless I want to buy a $2,000 Viking professional caliber production machine, which we're not there yet, folks. She's just making face masks. And we want something that's not computerized and so on and so forth. So she goes on Marketplace, finds a seller on Marketplace. I drive all the way from Rainbow and 215 to North Decatur and Vegas. And it's a 30-minute drive in traffic. I get a bank machine on the way. I pay $200 for a sewing machine, new in the box. Okay, and mind you, it was new. I mean, it wasn't taken out of the plastic. Come all the way back home, go to set it up. And I'm not going to get technical with you, but there's a part called a bobbin, which you have to wind, and that's the part that goes underneath the needle. And then you fish the bobbin, and then you have two pieces of thread, one coming from the spool, one coming from the bobbin. They go through the fabric. Well, the bobbin peg is broken off. This happens in a city like Las Vegas where it's hot all the time. You put something in your garage, it's 130 degrees in your garage. It's hot, so plastic breaks. Big mistake. Shouldn't have bought a plastic machine. Should have inspected it. The guy was so cool. I drove all the way back. All the way back. He said he'd give me my money back. I'm thinking this guy's never going to answer his door, man. And I got to go back now because who knows what plans he had for that $200 tomorrow. We've all been in a position where we've wanted to pay somebody. We just didn't have the money for it, but he has the money now because I just gave it to him 45 minutes ago. So we drove all the way back, the wife and I, and this time I'm bringing her along. She's coming along for this ride. And so we get back. He gives the money back. I told him, I'll give you a 5-star rating on it, Marketplace, man. You're great. Sell me something for $1. Put up a listing. I want to give you a 5-star rating. That was very nice of you. He doesn't know that we do masks for a living. He would have charged me a lot more. These machines, this machine in particular, sells for $70 used, but they're $300 on eBay right now, and it's $189 new. So I get it for $200. Meanwhile, the wife is texting people. She finds one person selling a Singer, so we drive all the way another 30 minutes across town. Look at this machine, and it's broken. And the nice lady wants me to try to fix it. And I'm like, no, it's a 30-year-old machine. I can tell it probably works like a charm, but the presser foot doesn't raise up, so you can't put fabrics underneath it unless you force it up because there's a giant spring. And I am not going to fix this sewing machine when I have a broken one at my house that was donated to the channel. So we make another deal with another person. Mr. Classic TV 1980, thank you so much. Punky Power, thank him 275 times. So I make another deal. We go see another person. We did this before we left for the first person to get our money back. I say, look, what do you like? She goes, oh, they got these Vikings. They're really expensive. They're usually $700. And Viking Husqvarna makes really good machines. And so she texts another 2 sellers. One seller's on the hook. We can see them tomorrow in the morning. And she goes, yeah, but I don't want to put this lady out. I said, look, we're going to go see this Singer. Maybe we like it. Maybe we don't. We'll tell her that we don't have any cash on hand. We can pick it up tomorrow if we like it after we see the second one. That was the broken one that we went and looked at. Now we have an appointment to see another one. So I came all the way back home. All the way back home, empty-handed. There I sit, empty-hearted, paid a quarter, only got nothing. That's a dirty limerick you would see on a bathroom stall. And paid a quarter, only blank. Just rhymes with hearted. I'm not going to say it. It's potty humor. So I got home and I took apart the sewing machine, the Janome we have, and I got it to work. I got it to work. It works. It's producing masks as we speak. Meanwhile, Caroline is freaked out because she says, I am so far behind in production. What am I going to do? I said, you should take the night off, honey. I said, I'm going to go do a live stream, and I can hear the sewing machine in my background. Man, she is a monster. She is a beast. I don't know how she does it, and she all does it because there was no good face masks that she could find for me and her and our friends, so she donated a bunch of them to some folks that were elderly, and now we have VegasFaceMask.com, the only 2 masks you will ever need. We're probably going to have a brand new, not brand new, but an expensive Husqvarna Viking, whatever, sewing machine tomorrow. And that's my story about the sewing machine. Okay, I'm going to change my name to Martin D. No, don't do that. Then there'll be too many Martins in the chat. And I already have too many Steves in the chat and too many Pauls in the chat most nights. I've taken the night off. I took a night off on Sunday. Guess what tomorrow is? Tomorrow is Bally's grand opening, apparently. I'm going to go to the strip tomorrow because the numbers have trended down for the last several days. I'm going to wear a face mask. It's not going to be too hot. I think the weather tomorrow is going to be okay. Let's see what Google tells me about the weather tomorrow. It says that I will not burst into flames tomorrow if I walk outside. Tomorrow, oh, I will. It's going to be 107 degrees at 5 o'clock. Well, that's okay. You know why that's okay? Somebody sent me, why is it not in front of me right now? Somebody sent me a hydration pack, and I am really, really grateful to that person. They're in the chat right now, so thank you so much to that person. If you want to speak up, the person who sent it to me, you can. I don't out people publicly unless they tell me to. So I have a hydration pack. It's a backpack with a reservoir. You put the water in it. Tomorrow I'll be live streaming from the strip at 8 p.m. Good. Tomorrow is the peak of what? Tomorrow is the peak night for Comet Neowise. Oh, great. So I'll be competing with an astrological anomaly. Well, I'm sure I'll be okay. Who do you think will own the stadium after Allegiant? Well, William, Allegiant doesn't own the stadium. Allegiant just put their naming rights on the stadium. So they have, I think, a 20-year deal or 25 years or some astronomically long time. They're going to own this naming rights. Who owns this naming? Who owns the stadium? Technically, the Raiders own the stadium. It was built through $750 million of bonds that were backed by Clark County and paid for by room taxes, which we don't have. They have 2 years of banked money, so let's hope that everything gets back in 2 years. Never had a hand pay in Vegas till today. $4,000 Wowie Willy Wonka slots at the Strat. Cleveland rocks. That's what Drew Carey taught me. Michael Medlin. Guys, give Michael a shout out. Say his name in the chat 275 times because nobody thought I was going to actually stream tonight and it's late everywhere. Guys, shout him out in the chat 275 times, please. Somebody said, why do you always go when you drink? I don't know. It's almost like I do it on purpose. Thank you, Wall Street Warlord. What else do we have? The thing that might be boosting cases even more are family gatherings. Some people just want to grill. Just want to have fun. I don't know. I mean, families, yeah, if they don't live together, I guess that they're going back to their separate residences. Saw some of the resumed MLB games. Some had cutout fans in the seats. Hilarious. Then there's the artificial crowd noise. Might expect the same for the NFL. I don't care, man. I am not watching the NFL this year. I know the Raiders are going to do their thing. I'll watch the pregame after it's been recorded and edited in that cool 240 frames per second way that the NFL films everything. I just can't deal with it this year. Between YouTube blogs and between my work and between face masks and trying to edit quality videos, I'm out, as Jim Rome used to say. I would just rather prefer to hang around with my family on Sundays. Because here's the thing about Las Vegas. When football season starts, the cooler weather starts. And if everybody's at home watching, I guess we have the run of the town. We can do stuff in Vegas. Could anyone ever know more about Vegas than Stephen J. Campbell? Probably the guy who curates the library at UNLV. They apparently have a pretty killer library on Las Vegas stuff there. I just bought the Samsung Galaxy S20 Ultra, and the camera is effing amazing. It is a pretty amazing device. I do like this phone, the camera. What I don't like about the camera, on the phone, is that the night mode is overcooked. So what you're going to overcooked, meaning that it pops the colors too much sometimes, especially in Las Vegas. What you're going to want to do is download the Google Camera APK. You can get it. It's free. Doesn't hurt your phone. It's legal to do. There's a translation for your phone. The Google Camera has a better night mode, and it won't make your colors look ridiculous. And I think it saves 2 versions of the same photo. I'm out too. I'm tired. I will watch and catch up tomorrow. Yeah, I'm not going to be on here for too long, guys. Are you kidding me? It's going to be very, 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 very challenging to wake up tomorrow. Steven is Las Vegas on steroids. Oh, no, I sure don't look like a steroid guy right now. I haven't been in a gym in probably a better part of a year. Brands should bring in their characters to the stadiums. Imagine Iron Man catching the home run ball. A cutout of Jack in the Box guy getting smashed by a fast foul ball. That would be interesting. That'd be good marketing, maybe. Maybe it'd be bad brand marketing. I don't know. The TV companies in the UK are televising footy with canned fan noise, trying to create an atmosphere. Didn't, Liverpool win everything today? Wasn't that what happened, Mickey? Is that a good or a bad thing? Depends on where you live. Arnold took those. Yes, he did take those things. But he lived in a different era where they didn't really understand the repercussions. A lot of those pro bodybuilders, they had massive heart problems. Those substances they took, they damage your heart valves later on in life. Gamera is a fictional monster originating from a series of Japanese films of the same name. Oh, wait, you said camera. My bad. Oh, Martin, you are clever today. Sleepless in Las Vegas is here. I'm not sleepless. I'm very sleepy, but I didn't want to miss another live stream. I told you guys on the Facebook group called Not Leaving Las Vegas. You should go check it out. I told you on there that I would be here. Now, I'm also on Twitter. Well, wow, gag reflex. My gum was stuck in the bottom part. Now, I'm on Twitter to the chagrin of some people because Twitter is very anonymous and random. I haven't been attacked yet, but I have been blocked by somebody, so that's fun. And I'm only on there So I can post news updates about Las Vegas that I get from the Las Vegas Review-Journal. Also some cool photography that I might find, I repost and retweet. I'm not into getting attacked. I've had a few people try to attack me when I said Vegas.com's not paying out anymore. By the way, Vegas.com is not paying out anymore. So they have not answered their... This is important for you to understand. By the way, thanks Sleepless in Las Vegas 286 times. They have not answered their customer service emails for 2 weeks. You can't get a person on the phone. I hope that Vegas.com is not another casualty of our current pandemic, but they may be. So whereas in the past I told you to use my link, yeah, still overdue. They haven't paid me anything. Where in the past... I told you to use my link for Vegas.com. I don't recommend it at this point. You're better off booking Expedia, Travelocity, using your AAA, whatever you have, your veteran stuff. I mean, there's all sorts of ways to get discounts. I wouldn't use Vegas.com right now. Somebody called me out for saying, well, you're shouting it out on your social media. You only have 200 people here. I'm like, I have 200 here, 30,300 there, and I also have 4,000 here, and that was the Facebook group. So join the Facebook group called Not Leaving Las Vegas. It's a fun place. We are apolitical. Politics is not allowed. Political posts do not get posted there, which is very nice. Face mask posts that border and get political, my moderators or myself step in and we stop that. We squash it like a bug that it is, because nobody wants to hear about that stuff. And we post cool stuff about Vegas, cool photos, cool stats. You can ask a question. People will answer you. It's not a fan worship page. Yeah, there's only... Just answer the question. Yeah. Anthony Robinson's one of my moderators over there. Answer the damn questions. Are you going to advertise, and do you respect other people? You know, if you want to advertise, guess what? Facebook groups die when you advertise. There's paid advertising. Hey, you want to go paid advertise to 4,000 Vegas fans? Contact me. You sponsor a post. I'll tell everybody it's sponsored. Otherwise, you just become a giant messy billboard for everybody. The wall facing the strip is retractable. It's a giant lanai door, which is Hawaiian for balcony door, and it opens up. It's the world's largest. And behind that thing, behind my head, is the Al Davis Memorial Torch. It burns all the time. They've lit it up once, I know of for sure so far, and it's dedicated to Al Davis, of course, the patriarch of the Raiders, and Mark Davis, his son, inherited it. Funny story about Mark Davis. When they were in the Oakland Coliseum, and I saw some of the problems they had there, it was a bad stadium to play in. They passed, for example, here in Vegas, they passed the flush test. Do you know what the flush test is? Is Del Taco any good? I hate Del Taco. I ate there because they had a big banner that said home of the, it was like a food website that I recognized, Best Taco. Horrible, man. Don't even bother. Just go anywhere else than Del Taco, in my opinion. Anyways, yeah, so I was talking about the Raider Stadium. Mark Davis was, at the time, like a laughingstock in the NFL. He had to compete with Jerry Jones. I mean, what's Jerry Jones's net worth? You know, hey, let's find out what Jerry Jones's net worth is by asking Google, and it'll answer me very loudly. And let's see. What do you think Jerry Jones is worth? You tell me in the comments below. What is Jerry Jones's net worth?
The net worth of Jerry Jones is $8 billion.
Jerry Jones is doing okay down there in Texas, but Mark Davis wasn't doing okay. What is Mark Davis's net worth?
According to Business Insider, Davis is worth an estimated $500 million.
Ah.
Tricked out minivan and...
Okay, so Davis is worth $500 million, and he wasn't even worth that until the Clark County Stadium Commission decided to give him $750 million. Then he joined the big boys club of the NFL. Now he has some clout and some say. For example, when they want to move the Raiders to Vegas, you got to get Jerry Jones on board. He is like the God Emperor, commander-in-chief of the NFL, okay? So there's that. So, yeah, Mark Davis basically became an instant $500 million overnight just because we gave him a stadium. Aren't we nice here in Las Vegas? Oh, by the way, I learned Steve Sisolak was heavily involved and invested in that when he was a Clark County commissioner. It was Brian Sandoval, a Republican governor, that signed everything off. But Clark County Commissioner Steve Sisolak sure wanted the Raider Stadium to open. I learned that from a subscriber, and then I did my research, and it is true. Whoa, full tilt! Just got eating late dinner, didn't If you didn't know if you're live streaming tonight, thanks. Yes, I'm here and I am in living color. In living color. Bring the World Cup to Vegas instead of losing Raiders. The World Cup's going to be in the United States. It was something that Obama was working on. It didn't get pushed through. They were trying to do it in the Olympics in Chicago and I think the World Cup. And now they're doing like a joint World Cup. It's going to be hosted in Canada, the United States, and Mexico. But nothing in Vegas. Maybe they'll have some preliminaries here, but they're going to do it in like LA and New York and stuff like that. I don't know what year that's going to happen. It's in the year 2020 something. Maybe not. It might not be. I don't want to give you false information. World Cup USA date. So that's going to actually be in 2026. It's going to be the Copa Mundial de la FIFA Unidos 26 Copa de Monde de la FIFA Unis 26, I don't know. Host countries, Canada, Mexico, the United States. 48 teams from 6 confederations. Oh, my God. And that's going to take place in Los Angeles at the Rose Bowl, New Jersey at MetLife, Washington at FedEx Field, Dallas at AT&T Stadium, Atlanta at the Mercedes-Benz Stadium, Denver at Empower Field at Mile High, Houston at the NRG Stadium, and Baltimore at the M&T Bank Stadium, and absolutely nowhere else. Oh, Edmonton, Canada, Montreal, Toronto, Mexico City, Monterrey, and Guadalajara. No Vegas. I am so disappointed. Martin Alvarez. Steve is the cult of personality. Oh no, my friend. Those are bad things. Although Living Color had a really good song called Cult of Personality. See, I was quoting in Living Color, the TV show. You're quoting the band in Living Color, and they were cool. When they recorded their Guitar Hero tracks, they knew that they would have so much popularity because of that song that they reunited just to re-record it because they didn't have the master tracks for Guitar Hero all those years ago. And then they probably sold a gazillion downloads on iTunes. And they obviously got their tracks published in a major video game. All right, I hear Vegas real estate is about to go to 50%. Whoa, Douglas Park, you're telling me news that I don't hear from any realtors. We don't know what's going to happen with it. What's going to happen is in September, we have a moratorium that's lifted nationwide, I guess, or whatever, against evictions. So we won't know anything until Christmas. And then even then, Christmas is a fun time to buy a house because nobody is really moving over the holidays, so we won't know then. But if we have a slew of evictions, we'll know faster. Best crappy drink? Crappy drink. I don't know. Toilet water is a crappy drink. I don't know, man. Any of those prepackaged Long Island iced teas and stuff are usually pretty bad. Did Circus Circus fire 200 plus people? No, they furloughed people. There's a difference between a furlough, a layoff, and a firing. A furlough is where you're technically still employed by the company. They just don't need your services anymore. Martin D is competing with Martin A. $2.01. All the power to you guys for being so generous to me, and I do appreciate you. Oh my God, Martin is back. Steve, are we getting another stimulus check so I can keep super chatting you? Oh my God. Well, you shouldn't use your stimulus check on me at all, ever, but thank you. And right now, the Republicans had a meeting today where 15 of them had a lot to say about that. And so yeah, they want to do another stimulus check and possibly extend out the unemployment benefits from the federal government. The problem is doing it the way they're doing it now will cost $18 billion a week. I said a week. Yes, it's 2, 4, 6, 8 minus 4. It's $76 billion a month. That's a lot of billions of dollars a month to extend it all out. Problem is, in a place like Nevada, you're going to have people move away en masse if they don't do that because it's not their fault. See, here's the deal. A lot of people with an R next to their name are saying that Martin D is here. I got my stim check too, Betty Moore. Oh my God, you guys are beautiful. Thank you guys. A lot of people are saying things like, and it's true, in some there's been some real instances. There was one lady on the East Coast, in Baltimore, I think. She got her government money to hire back her employees, and her employees didn't want to go back to work. And if she doesn't spend that on that specific thing, she's now liable to pay it all back or face even penalties or even criminal time. So in some cases, employees are saying, why would I go back to work? You're paying me $2,400 a month to sit at home. And they're worried about that. But in a state like Nevada, you're not getting paid that money to sit at home and being offered a job. The wind just also furloughed people. A furlough is where you are still technically employed. They're just telling you that they don't need your services for right now. Please come back at a later date when we have work for you. That means that if you were building seniority and you're furloughed for 6 months, you don't lose those 6 months. Your seniority stays in place. It means that in a case of win, they're going to pay everybody's health benefits all the way through October 31st, which is generous of them, I suppose. But it also means that the casinos didn't know what any kind of demand for the occupancy there would possibly be. They didn't know how many people were going to be coming on the weekends or the weekdays. They just took the reservations and hoped for the best. If they offered, would you drive the Zamboni? I've never driven one before, Shadow, but if I got an offer to work with the Golden Knights in any way, shape, or form, I would be there. I'd tell y'all, I gotta cancel my live stream and do something really cool with the Golden Knights, because they're a really nice organization, and it's my thing as a kid, and oh my God, hockey, hockey, hockey. How could I go wrong with that, right? Pete V, as an Uber driver, I can tell you there's a wait time right now. Next week, more drivers are expected back to work. Yes, the Uber drivers are expected back to work, but the question is, who are they going to Uber other than on the weekends? Everybody, Todd wants a $600. Man, I want you to have it. I want everybody to have their money, their piece of the pie, right? Jim Kiesler is late. Don't worry, late. You're here. So there might be another stimulus. They're saying that they might reduce the amount of money to qualify for it. So instead of $75,000 and upwards to get it, they might be like $45,000. They're saying they might take the $600 and turn it into $200 or $400. One thing's for certain, they're going to be fighting back and forth for the next several weeks on all this while people are losing their benefits in the next 8 days. Will you be doing your next live stream skyclad? I don't know what skyclad means, but I'll be on the strip tomorrow at 8 o'clock. And I'm not telling you where I'm starting my stream because I realize that is a massive security flaw when I do that, because you don't know who's waiting for you. Shadow, I've been hit by a puck a lot. I used to be a goaltender when I played hockey. So yes, and they hurt, and they're frozen, and it's not fun, man. You get hit with a tennis ball in the wrong place, it hurts. If they have a good shot, that is. Craps Dice Talk, I have joined a great group. Join on Vegas. Not leaving Las Vegas, and message me and I will pass on the detail. Okay, cool. Thank you, Anthony. It's your tax money. Well, no, it's at this point, actually, what they've done is the government has, and it's not a Trump thing, it's not a Democrat thing, it's a both sides thing. They've essentially, I don't know what our entire GDP is. What's the annual GDP of the United States? Of USA. They've essentially come close to just giving that in the last few months. So $20.54 trillion in 2018. They've almost come close to giving that out in benefits to people and in companies and Boeing, and making sure that Boeing doesn't go bankrupt, because that would damage the United States' economy more than you know. They've given that out to everybody. It's ridiculous. At this point, we can't pay our debts back ever. And that's what's going to happen. And it's not a Republican or a Democrat thing. It's a thing that goes back 40, 50 years. Richard Nixon took us off the gold standard. A bunch of things that I'm not going to talk about because you're probably not interested in those things. But we don't have a real set price for our dollar. We just print more of them. Canada is hockey, and hockey is Canada. How can Wynn call it a buffet when the food is brought to you? It's a restaurant. Mickey, I agree. I guess since you can order as much as you want or as many times as you want in a 2-hour period, they want to call it the buffet so we have the good feels, the member berries from back when we were normal. Remember when it was normal? Hi, Steven. COVID numbers are still going up. Doing a strip walk is a good idea. So I can tell you what the COVID numbers have been, which is totally cool. Yeah, good point. I'm looking at them from this way. Ugh, man, I got to go back to my Nevada Independent. Can I just get the newspaper? I can't type. I'm falling asleep inside, but on the outside, I'm totally great. So here we go. Call it whatever makes you happy. If it makes you happy, then why the heck are you so sad? As Sheryl Crow once said, I'm not sad. Thanks a lot, Sheryl Crow. You assume my feelings. How dare you? Talk about that. Okay, so new people tested each day. The new people being tested is actually down. We had 9,400 people being tested around the 4th of July. Right now, it's been hovering 3,000 to 5,000 tests happening. And then I look at the numbers, and I see the actual numbers here from state to state. Now, Nevada is increasingly getting more people, but here's what we got. We got our peak June 27th. With 29% people testing positive. The last few days, it's hovered between 16 and 21. And I'm looking at the new people each day. New deaths each day, that skyrocketed. That was not fun. But we are looking at the numbers kind of flattening and going down and up and down and up and down. So to me, a 7-day average is stabilizing. It's doubtful that things will ever be normal as we know it. I wouldn't say that. I mean, look, we are at a point where 100 million doses of the vaccine, as long as they work, have been purchased by our government. So that's a good thing. They, from what I hear, will be completely free. That's a good source that tells me that. So you'll be able to get free access to them. There's no such thing as profiteering off of this thing right here. And I will lose a lot of you when I tell you that I volunteered today for this phase 3 test that's taking place in Las Vegas, because I don't have a problem with vaccines. Now, some people in my chat are going to say, I knew it, you're a pro-vaxxer, you son of a gun. Nope, I'm a pro-health person. And so today I saw on Fox 5 the name of the lab that's doing a 30,000 person test. They're going to have to expand a lot. And I signed up for the 30,000 person test. And I figure, look, you're going to be getting the candidate for what's going to be released anyways. And it's already been successful in other markets and shown that it's not hurt people. So I might as well sign up for this thing. I might as well show you guys that we have to be safe. I might as well throw myself into the ring. And so by doing that, I figure, best case, worst case, they're going to pay you for your time and your travel expenses. That's not what I'm doing it for. They're going to pay you like $15 a day or something minuscule like that. Usually that's what they pay. They're also going to give me something that could keep me potentially safe from, bringing this home to my family, so I can do it in confidence. And there you go. We work at getting the $2 more an hour because of the virus at work. That's good, Johnny. That's good. I mean, it's 40 hours a week, $80 a week, $240 a month. Vaccine, good luck with that, blank, Dave says. I understand, Dave. It's not for everybody, man. As long as it's not the mark of the beast, it's not, William. It's science, man. And science doesn't care about opinions and feelings and who you vote for. And the science says that you're going to get sick if you catch this thing. And whether or not you get really sick is going to be up to your biology and the people around you. Okay, Steve, when you move your head just right, you cover the alley and it becomes Giant Stadium. Very nice. I didn't even realize that. I don't even know which way I got to move because there's this giant delay on my camera. Let us know how it goes. Yeah, I'll be talking about it, as long as I'm allowed to talk about it. So there you go. Welcome to Giant Stadium, everybody. There it is. Yeah, I mean, as long as I'm allowed to talk about it, I don't know if I am. Kiwi NZ, thank you for being here. It is early morning or afternoon or evening, wherever you are. Oh my, Susie says, any chance I can vlog your before and after? There's before and after. I wasn't even going to tell anybody. And then somebody on my channel was like, hey, do it. Show the people what you're all about. I don't care, man. I just want to be safe and healthy. And I don't think that these things are going to cause great harm. And if I get some antibodies because of it and I can live stream the strip all the more, salud, as they say down in Mexico. CJ's daddy is saying, science! Wow, how incredibly brave. Thank you, Stephen. You're a really great American. I know somebody who's a particular man of means, and it's not that brave. I mean, he flew around the world to get a candidate, to be a candidate in the United Kingdom with business associates that he knows. And you know what? Here's the thing. You have to operate off of faith. And I've been telling you this. I did a whole live stream dedicated. I think my live streams used to be better because I used to be more on topic. But now I waver. And you got to have faith. You got to have faith. If you live in fear, fear is over here. If you live in faith, it's over here. Faith enables you to feel empowered. It enables you to feel confident. It enables you to feel happy. It enables you to have all these empowering emotions. But if you live in fear, you live in a state of uncertainty. You live in a state of panic. You live in a state of making bad decisions for yourself. So I live in faith that this is going to be okay, but it's going to take us a while to get there. I remember standing in line at the school to get a polio vaccination. Yeah, I mean, look, we have been vaccinated. What vaccines do children get? What are the standard childhood vaccines? Let's look at these for a minute because I can't even name them all. Look at this. You get hepatitis B at birth. At 2 months, you get diphtheria, tetanus, pertussis. I don't even know what that is. There's all these vaccines from the Cleveland Clinic that they're going to give your kids, man. And, kids, people, new parents, they go all the time to get the pneumococcal vaccine. You get a rotavirus vaccine. You get another one, 2 more boosters. Wow, measles, mumps, rubella, hepatitis A, varicella. I don't even know what that is. Sounds like a tasty dish from Italy. Hep A. meningococcal vaccine. That sounds dirty. HPV at 11. I mean, look, man, some of these things are brand new, but I got them when I was a kid, and I only turned out halfway silly and stupid. I can't believe 4 months almost destroyed humanity. We're pretty weak sauce, William says. You know, if there's aliens, and they say that aliens and UFO sightings appear when humanity has a giant crisis, like when they're fighting wars or when giant acts of terror happen. And they say they increased around 4 months ago. I don't know if that's true. My cats can't get their vaccines because of more shutdowns. I'm sorry, Pine Tree. I'm so sorry. I talk dirty. I think we did a bad job with quarantining. Most Americans don't want to be told what to do. Too much freedom can sometimes be detrimental. So what did they do? They scared us to death where we were hoarding things. That'll keep them at home. Oh, Kiwi, one more time. Thank you so much for that Aussie buck, Kiwi. That is nice of you. Flex that bicep. I have faith. I don't have biceps, Minneapolis. Trust me on this, man. When I get there, you will see something good because I know how to lose weight. It's called eat less crap, fast until 2 o'clock, eat a few apples, and then eat dinner. And then I got to start working out. But I don't want to sign up for a gym membership and be committed for something that might close down because of the governor. Some universities want you to have certain shots. That's just true. Go volunteer COVID ICU without a mask, please. Oh, don't be mean to Sugarbutt Williams. She's a moderator. She'll just kick you out. No, Sugarbutt, don't kick out William. He's all right. Bravo, Steven. Happy you're going to do what many fear to do, but I feel you're honestly doing the best option. We all need to do our part to fix this. Sure. And if I can show some people that it's not going to cause you to grow a third head. I said those words. Those words came out of my mouth. A third head. It's not going to cause you to grow a second set of eyes on your biceps, which I don't have. That's it. That is what it is. Sugarbutt says, look at the suicides in California. They're up, and a lot of places they're up. A lot of mental health experts and practitioners are doing a lot more telemedicine nowadays. And I'll do a video on this. They say that it, not suicide, but mental stuff runs in my family. I just think we were just unhappy people. And I'm not saying that you should take mental health lightly. I just think there's a difference. And I think a lot of it is situational. Back in the 1960s, you would go to the doctor, and they came out with the first series of SSRI-type antidepressant drugs. Go to the doctor in the 60s, and they'd say, what happened? You'd say, oh, I'm so sad I lost my father. And they would say, go talk to somebody and come back in 8 weeks. And if 8 weeks from now you're still upset, you're still depressed, we might give you something. Now it's a matter of like a few days. You can be sad for a few days and your doctor will give you a pill to fix you. And they don't fix you sometimes because sometimes it's situational. Sometimes you need to drop your spouse or get a spouse or talk to your kids or whatever. Okay, forgive me, but how about a third leg? Outline of neon looks like giant frog eating Steven's head. It kind of does in a way, doesn't it? Like a big giant neon Tron head coming out and just gobbling me up. The choice of accepting any medication is personal choice. Do or don't, but accept the consequences of the choice. I did, and I don't blame anyone else for it. Nothing wrong with that. Pill popping society. Steven, can you do a live interview with a real Nevada UFO alien? I don't know, but I was thinking with the help of a friend, I would be able to do live interviews here. It would involve a few different things. I don't know, is a few steps. It involves me I don't have the money to hire somebody to run a Discord server, so I can have you guys once a week. We can do a call-in show, and then we can take that and we can maybe put it on a podcast. These are just big ideas, lofty ideas that I really shouldn't say on the channel because then some other YouTube blogger might do the same thing as me. But I don't know any other YouTube bloggers that just randomly come on at about an hour ago and still pull 332 people when there's nobody even out there watching. So that's okay. So I'm very blessed. I'd buy that for $1. How are the homeless people in the Strip? Not a lot of them, honestly. I've seen less and less. We'll check that out tomorrow, but tomorrow will be a slow night on the Strip. They say it's going to be depressing. Maybe it'll be depressing, maybe not. I just woke up. Is this a replay, Paul says? No, Paul. I am here live at 5 plus several hours, but it's, tilapia versus catfish. William, you know the answer. It's tilapia, buddy. Catfish are more bottom feeders than tilapia. If you ever go to Lake Mead, you'll see catfish in Lake Mead, and they are nasty looking things. I mean, you see these guys in the deep south that catch them by just shoving their hand down their throats and lifting them up. Oh my God. It's Horrible. The third eye, that's something that people in the Eastern philosophies have. Miss Red Herring. Live interview with George Knapp would be interesting. He knows a lot about aliens. Yes, he was the host of Host to Host. He was the host of Coast to Coast for a while, I think. He stepped in for Art Bell towards the end there when Art Bell is no longer with us. Rest in peace. My mother is anti-vax because she believes my niece is autistic because of it. I think a lot of people are slightly symptomatic. Some people told me I have Asperger's. I don't know if that's true, and that's autism. But you know what? Whatever. Bill Gates has Asperger's, and he's doing okay. And so does the creator of Rick and Morty and Community, Dan Harmon. Lots of people are diagnosed that way. They say that Albert Einstein didn't say any words until he was like 6 or 8 years old, I think, and then he criticized dinner. Albert Einstein in today's society would have been locked away as somebody who was hopeless. One of the most brilliant minds in the 20th century would have been labeled as a problem child who refused to talk. Why do catfish have whiskers? I don't know. I would assume, William, it's because they probably need it as extra sensory so they can pick up things around them. That's why most things have whiskers. Cats have whiskers so they can know the width of things so they can get their bodies through it. Do you believe that Celine Dion will be back at Caesars as a savior? I think it would take a lot to get Celine to do another set of shows there, but she might open it up as a one-off whenever that is. Apparently not till 2022. Who knows? Where did the homeless go, Johnny? A lot of them went to Cashman. A lot of them are just in other areas of town where there's more higher traffic. George Knapp still fills in on Coast to Coast on some Sunday nights. Very cool. Are there any black cats in the room? There was earlier. It's hot in this room right now. I didn't have a chance to run my AC before I started, so it's about 91 degrees in here right now. What about the Yellow Productions guy? Well, first of all, I just want to say, somebody, I don't want to say that. Somebody in this chat lost one of their kitties, and I just want to say that I'm very, very sad for you. We lost one of our cats after they went to the vet. It was Sundance or Abyssinian, and the vet just couldn't resuscitate, and it was very, very hard. So my heart goes out to you, and I want you guys to say that your heart goes out to that person too, because animals are like friends to us. But to answer that question, what about Yellow Productions? I don't know, man. That guy is really, really busy, and he posted a nice comment about wanting to do something with me, and then I had everybody go over and comment on it, but I don't know how to reach him. And he's traveling, doing his travel blog thing out there in Cali with his 196,000 subscribers. Probably too big for me, but hey, let's call out Yellow Productions. Calling out Yellow Productions. Come to Vegas. I know you're next door in Cali. You can come over here. I know you have a day job. Everybody does. He did a big, long live stream today about how travel bloggers make money. It was very interesting. And I don't know. I know the math about what I make, so who says, you know. Minneapolis Mikey keeps trying to flirt with me. I'll tell my wife to come in here and she can see if you're right or wrong. Yeah, I'm Pickle Rick. Yes, CJ's daddy is memeing from 4 years ago. My bro-in-law went catfishing in South Carolina on holiday, and as fast as they were caught, they were cleaned and filleted in the icebox. Yeah, man, catfish, some people like them. They make good eating. They're really fatty, oily fish. How am I surviving at 91 degrees? It's perseverance, man. You see that cat is hanging from there. It says, hang in there, baby. I'm that cat right now. Yeah, when we lost our cat many, many years ago, it was traumatic. We took her to an animal hospital, and then we were so upset they actually paid to send her off to the USDA agricultural hospital, which is in Colorado, and they did an autopsy and said she had a genetic condition, and she just didn't wake up from the anesthetic. How much do I make trading? None of your business. Thank you. Wear your masks. Buy them from Steven. Respect those around you, even if you are against wearing them. The life you save may be your own. Keep up the great videos. Thank you, Mark Marchand. I appreciate that. I hope I said your name right. It is a French name. And Scott missed most of this. Yeah, we're 48 minutes in. What kind of food would 2020 be if you wanted to describe it? It would be a turd sandwich. Wouldn't be very good. Steven, where in Vegas can I go to volunteer for the vaccine test? I can't recall right now. Let's see if Fox 5 had it. Fox5vegas.com. And I copied and pasted the name. I don't even remember. CCSD staff concerned. Oh, kids aren't going to school this year, by the way. That's fun. Let's see here. Let's see. Oh, I'm going to look for it while I'm talking to you guys. So the other report today was that Dr. Burks, and I keep calling her Bricks. Dr. Burks is actually calling the states and called us and said, hey, you do have to do better. And that's why we have all these crazy things where one auto parts store got fined $9,000. The Las Vegas clinic, $9,000 because their employees weren't wearing masks. The first time they got cited, the second time they got fined. It's a place called, what the hell is it called? Clinical Research Center of Nevada. So you can go to the Clinical Research Center of Nevada, and then you answer some questions, and then you tell them you want to volunteer, and then they say thank you, we send you an email, and then they get back to you apparently. So I can throw the website down right here for you, crcnevada.com. That is the website if you want to go volunteer for that trial. That's it in the chat right there. Let's see here. I'm in Vegas right now from SoCal, and every single bar in town and casino are closed. The only way to drink is to buy alcohol from a store and gamble. Yes, that sucks, but you can get drinks in some of the casinos, correct? I heard that you can stand behind a line. I heard today that there will be a definite order on vaccines. Teachers, nurses first, the rest to be determined. Yeah, I mean, I know some sections of the military will get them, of course. Robert Jimenez from Seattle, sewing machine update. Oh my God, I did the story on the sewing machine. Long story short, what's up? My fish likes to sleep in between. I told you that. He likes to fish. If you guys don't know, I put on Patreon, we got a new fish, and I set up a tank. And its name is Albie. We thought it was an albino. It's just really sick. It's getting its colors back. Update for the sewing machine. It likes to sleep in this plastic purple thing we got. Yeah, so it's fun. So the update with the sewing machine is that I managed to take the sewing machine apart, and Carolina was right. It wasn't the tension that she had set. It was just a bunch of garbage in there, I guess. Now we're going to see if we can get an expensive one tomorrow. It was, what is a Husqvarna Viking, and it's a used one. And if we can get that, we'll have that one, and we'll use that. It's a backup. We need to have a backup, because when the sewing machine stops, then the sad wife begins, and I don't want the sad wife. Nobody wants the sad wife. Plus, everything is sold out. Yeah, I told them you can't get a sewing machine anywhere. Let's see, what's happening with sugar? All the tests are tainted. Well, Sugar Butt, no problem. Well, Sugar Butt says all the tests are tainted with COVID. Love you.
What?
My wife, not Sugar Butt. All the tests are tainted with COVID. They came from China. Well, that's not true, Sugar Butt Williams. That was true at one case that they got in the UK, and they caught it, and there was a counterfeit test. And well, by the way, you're getting a small dose of coronavirus when you get a vaccine. That's how vaccines work. They all have it. Minneapolis Mikey is with $1. Thank you so much, Minneapolis Mikey. That is nice. Moderators get a free pass. Yeah, Sugar Butt, you need to tone that down just a little tiny bit, okay? I don't want vax deniers. I don't want vax deniers to be saying that people shouldn't get a vaccine. My belief is that if you're going to get it, you're going to get it. But I don't see Sugar Butt really blowing up the chat so much, so that's okay. She threatened to quit my entire channel one day because people thought she was timing them out, and she wasn't, and I have proof she wasn't. So be nice to everybody. Automatically held for review. Let's see what Santosh Kumar Singh said. Please subscribe, then I subscribe you. In Soviet Russia, YouTube subscribes you. No, we don't do that here. Sub for sub never works, Santosh. If you want to know why, you give me rupees. That's very nice of you. Sub for sub doesn't work. Nobody cares if you do the sub for sub. They're never going to come back and watch you. We tried Walmart. We tried Target. We tried Joann's. We tried Michael's. I even looked at Best Buy. They don't sell sewing machines. Are Disney's timeshares less of a ripoff than the industry average? Likely, yes, they're less than a ripoff. But here's the thing about timeshare contracts. I told you before, if you're going to buy into this concept and maybe the market's low for you, what you do is you buy the timeshare on the very last day of your trip. That's when you sign your contract. And then you find out before you even start your trip what a lawyer in town will charge you for an hour's time to look through that contract. Then you add it to your timeshare purchase price. On the next day you're home, or the next day after that, within the first 2 days of returning home, you take the contract to the lawyer, you have them look it over. That way, if you have to cancel, no big deal. You have your period to cancel, period. Why did I talk like that? Have you ever Airbnb'd? We did that in the Philippines. They have Airbnb there. We worked with a different system that's popular over there. It was nice. We got an entire house. It was beautiful. Joann's didn't have any, Sugar Butt. Joann's out here sells $2,000 to $7,000 sewing machines. And then they have like one singer you can buy for $200, but they don't have any of their $200 machines, and I don't have it in my budget to buy a $4,000 sewing machine. Bally's is opening tomorrow. I'll be on the strip tomorrow at 8 o'clock. If you guys want to watch that live stream, we'll be wearing our face masks, and we'll be covering ourselves from head to toe with Purell. It's just going to be me dancing to Tiesto, because that's the only song that plays when I'm at the Bellagio. Actually, one time they played Viva Las Vegas. I'm just going to be like showering myself with hand sanitizer all over the place. It's going to be a horrible live stream. Why would you watch something like that? Why am I putting on hand sanitizer? I'm in my house. Are timeshares ever a good idea? Ram Charger says, sure they are. Yes, just like how somebody will say, you know, when you buy that $150,000 car, it drops in price by nearly 50%, and then it has a $5,000 brake job. True, but it's a right idea for the right person that can afford it. So if you can afford a timeshare and you have the vacation time and you are consistent, then sure, timeshare is fine, but you got to know what your contract says about the fees going up. Let's roll. 8 p.m. West Coast time. Always, man, that's where I am at, Bradley. I am on the West Coast, so I will always give you West Coast time. The red lights, yeah, jeez, come man. Every time I go there, I swear, Tiesto is haunting me in my dreams. Mickey in Ireland. Here's a little thing. I'm going to do an Irish accent. Oh, Mickey, I hope you're not offended when I try to sound like I'm Irish, because I love the accent. It's like singing beautiful words. I learned, thank you, Mickey. I learned also that there are Gaelic language TV stations in Ireland. They don't even speak the language. They speak Gaelic, which is pretty cool. And I wonder, are there any Welsh languages in Wales? I don't know, man. You know they speak a different language in Wales. They speak Welsh. That's where Tom Jones is from. On my bucket list. I don't think he's performing anymore, but that would be awesome. Good night, nice chat. Miss Red Herring says, awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you very much, Mickey in Ireland. We appreciate you. Oh, that's terrible. Slanty Mickey. Late in chat is 8:30 in Newfoundland. I don't know. Jeff Myers, the guys that builds the boat and the guys that sails her. What? I don't know what time that is in Newfoundland. What time is it now? What time is it in Newfoundland? They have a very good accent in Newfoundland. It's very strong. It's 3:55 in the morning there, so that's 11, 12, 1, 2, 3. Jeez Louise, you guys are 4.5 hours ahead of us, so that's going to put you at 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 30 in the morning? You got to be kidding me. Anybody watching me at 12:30 in the morning, you're crazy. Thank you. Have I checked on Mercari? I don't know what Mercari is. Wow, I'm learning stuff from Sugarbutt. Mercari. Oh, I'm going to print Mercari. What the hell's wrong with me? What is Mercari? It sounds like a plugin I use on my video editing. Mercari. Bizarro's World Tour is in the house. Wow, I loved Bizarro. It was a great comic book. Here's good luck to MLB starting back up tomorrow. Cheers to all. Thank you so much, Bizarro. It's such a shame. Oh, that's the selling app. I got you. I'll check that out. We'll also check out the Cashapp, OfferUp and stuff like that too. Bizarro's World Tour. Thank you so much. That sounds like something completely like Dan Ferraro did a comic strip called Bizarro for a long time. I think he might still do it. Best comic ever, by the way. So let's see if you guys have a YouTube channel. Bizarro's World Tour. Robbie Valentine. Okay, Bizarro's World. Yeah, I don't see it. But if you have a YouTube channel, maybe you want to go check that channel out. Bizarro was a great comic strip, by the way. So there, Jeff says, like eBay. Timeshare guys at New York are ruthless. Asked me 3 times for a 4-day, 3-night stay for $100. Yeah, I mean, that's just basically lead generation. And they're not even offering you free gifts anymore. I don't even know what company they are. Steve, you are a guilty pleasure. Well, thank you for that. I appreciate you very much. It's almost 12:30 a.m. in Edmonton, and I'm here. The Edmonton Eskimos are no longer called the Edmonton Eskimos. In other news, the CFL was happy they were trending on Twitter today. I can't believe they're no longer called the Edmonton Eskimos. If you don't know, and you probably don't, it's a Canadian Football League team. And if you don't know, it's one of the oldest professional sports teams out there. And now they're no longer going to be called the Eskimos because that offends Inuits, apparently. Here we go, Steven. Sugarbutt just timed me out for no reason. Douglas, grow up. Sugarbutt, grow up. Both of you. Stop it. If you were timed out, you wouldn't be able to chat. And also, you're going to time yourself out because YouTube is going to do it for you if you keep posting spam in here. Gaelic is, I'm not mad at you, Douglas, but I don't want to hear anger. Gaelic is with Vasco in Spain, my country, one of the oldest original languages in Europe. I didn't even know that, man. That's pretty cool. So, I mean, look, here's the deal, guys. If you're a moderator and you start pulling that stuff, it's not going to be very good. Mark Rofton actually timed you out, just so you know, Douglas Park. So you guys can take all that conspiracy theory about who timed you out and throw it out the window, because Sugarbutt didn't time you out. It was Mark Rofton. Wow, we learn so much when we have me seeing who actually timed you out versus what you think happened. And see, it's all about the perception equals the reality, huh? Minneapolis, Mikey's trying to make me blush. I've been on the streets in Vegas doing timeshare for too long for that, sir. You're not the only person who's a dude who's called me, who's told me that I'm attractive, and I appreciate it. Thank you very much. I'm greatly complimented. How's that? So right back out you. Sugarbutt didn't time anybody out. Oh, we're fighting now. Guess what? My camera just died. All right, time for my tech support to not exist, and my camera died and I'm blacked out. So since everybody wants to fight and everybody want to be upset and my camera's telling me that I'm done, I know y'all can still hear me. Thank you guys very much to all of these awesome people. The level 1s, which are just watchers and chatters. Level 2s, which are my people with moderator status. Even though the moderators sometimes get a bad rap, we still back them up, because in this case it wasn't Sugarbutt that timed you out. You were mad at the wrong person. See what I mean? And then the level 3s, that's Martin Alvarez, Mr. Classic TV 1980, CJ's Daddy, Sleepless in Las Vegas, Full Tilt, that's a poker term if I've ever done here one, Martin Alvarez, Martin D, Martin Alvarez, Martin D. They were competing for a while there. Kiwi NZ, Sleepless in Las Vegas, Kiwi NZ, Full Tilt, Robert Jimenez, Minneapolis, Mikey, Mickey in Ireland, and Bizarro's World Tour. And you guys are great. No Arnold tonight. I'm tired. It'll hurt my voice for tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow when we're on the strip, we'll start screaming like Arnold and see if anybody turns around. Tomorrow, 8 o'clock on the strip. Be there or be square, like the square black thing in the middle of my screen. You guys are really good. Douglas Park. Wow, guess what, Douglas? You just, yeah, come on. Oh, hold on. This is ridiculous. Douglas Park complained about being timed out. Now he's hidden forever. Okay, you guys are great. Thanks so much. You guys are doing good. Yeah, I'm chiseled. I'm hard. I'm chiseled muscle. I'm like a square brick. All right, guys, you're great. Look, I had to this guy Douglas Park. What are you doing, Douglas? What are you doing? Seriously, if you could see my face right now, what are you doing? All right, like, share, subscribe to videos. Head on over to Patreon. Head on over to VegasFaceMask.com. You guys are beautiful people. You guys are great. I'm really live, Paul, but I got to leave right now because I got to sleep at some point and wake up at about 5:30 tomorrow. 3, 2, 1. You guys are great. Click.